World War I and World War II were not only military conflicts, but civilization-shattering events that reshaped the global population, economies, borders, and psychology of humanity, with consequences still visible today. World War I, fought from 1914 to 1918, involved more than 70 million soldiers drawn largely from Europe's imperial powers and resulted in approximately 16 to 20 million deaths, including around 9 to 11 million military personnel and 7 to 9 million civilians, many of whom died from artillery fire, famine, disease, and the first large-scale use of chemical weapons such as chlorine and mustard gas, which permanently blinded, burned, or crippled hundreds of thousands of survivors. Entire regions of France, Belgium, and Eastern Europe were physically destroyed. Farmland was poisoned by unexploded shells, and a generation of young men was effectively erased, creating severe demographic imbalances and long-term labor shortages. The economic cost of World War I exceeded $200 billion in early 20th century value, bankrupting empires such as Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and the Tsarist Russia, while triggering revolutions, most notably the Russian Revolution of 1917, which alone led to years of civil war and millions of additional deaths. Yet, despite its devastation, World War I largely spared civilian populations from intentional mass extermination, and its violence, though unprecedented at the time, remained geographically concentrated. World War II, fought from 1939 to 1945, dwarfed this destruction on every level, mobilizing over 100 million military personnel across more than 30 countries and causing an estimated 70 to 85 million deaths, roughly 3% of the world's population at the time, with civilians accounting for more than half of the casualties due to strategic bombing, massacres, starvation, forced labor, and genocide. Nazi Germany's Holocaust alone resulted in the systematic murder of approximately 6 million Jews, alongside millions of Slavs, Romani people, disabled individuals, and political prisoners, while Imperial Japan's actions in China and Southeast Asia caused an estimated 10 to 20 million civilian deaths through massacres, biological warfare, and famine. Entire cities such as Warsaw, Dresden, Tokyo, Hiroshima, and Nagasaki were reduced to rubble, with the atomic bombings instantly killing over 200,000 people and leaving generations affected by radiation sickness and genetic damage. Economically, World War II caused destruction valued at more than $1 trillion, obliterating industrial infrastructure, transportation networks, and housing across Europe and Asia, displacing over 60 million people and creating the largest refugee crisis in human history. Socially and psychologically, both wars traumatized entire populations, but World War II marked the point where warfare fully erased the boundary between soldier and civilian, normalizing total war and mass death on an industrial scale. The aftermaths reveal the ultimate contrast. World War I ended with punitive treaties, fragile states, and unresolved grievances that directly fueled extremism and led to another global conflict within a generation, while World War II forced humanity to confront the catastrophic cost of modern war, leading to the formation of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the reconstruction of Europe through the Marshall Plan, the division of the world into Cold War blocs, and the permanent presence of nuclear weapons capable of annihilating civilization itself. Together, these two wars stand as a grim comparison not only of scale and destruction, but of how human ambition, ideological extremism, and failure to learn from history can escalate violence from the trenches of World War I to the near-extinction power unleashed in World War II.